Hello there, Saber fans. Thanks for tuning into my channel. This is Han Solo. I've got a bit of a different video for you guys today. In this video, I will be talking about many of the different blade options that you can get with your custom lightsaber, as well as the different lighting systems you can get, and how both of them have an impact on blade brightness. So for all you newcomers to the Saber community, or if you're thinking about buying your first lightsaber, this is meant to be an informative video for you guys, and hopefully it helps in your decision making. There are several different blade options to choose from, as well as lighting systems. I have just a few here, and there are disadvantages and advantages to all of them, and I will be discussing all of those throughout this video. So enjoy. I will start with this saber here on my far left. This is a Force Effects saber. So this is not a blade that you can use for dueling, so keep that in mind. The Force Effects sabers are just meant to be collector's items above anything else, but the blade still lights up. It has a string of LED lights inside of the blade itself. So the blade has a decent amount of brightness, but you can't duel with it. It's not meant for dueling, and because you could potentially damage the LEDs inside of the blade. But you can kind of see the LEDs inside, and that there are gaps in between each LED in the blade. So if you plan on doing any dueling, this is probably not the saber for you, but in terms of a collector's item, it's perfectly fine. Okay, the next saber I have here is from Ultra Sabers. It's an Ultra Edge mid-grade blade. So this one is rated for dueling, and it's a white-walled blade, and the lighting system is a single LED light inside of the hilt. So there's one LED light inside of the hilt that lights up the entire blade. It's a fairly cheap lighting system, as well as a cheaper blade option, but it is rated for dueling, and as you can see, there's a notable difference in the brightness in comparison to the Force Effects saber right next to it. So that would be the next step up. I'll just give you guys a closer look at it. Okay, the next blade I have here is also from Ultra Sabers. It's the same type of blade, the Ultra Edge mid-grade blade, so it is rated for dueling again, and it still has the same white wall, but this time the lighting system in the hilt is different. This is a Tri-Cree LED lighting system, so this time there's 3 LED lights in the hilt. So this one, as you can kind of see on the camera here, is much brighter. Certainly in person it's much brighter. So this is the next step up. So it is a little more costly. I think for the lighting system, it's an extra $15, I believe, on the Ultra Sabers website. But other than that, the blade is the same. It's just the lighting system is different. And personally, I think the 15 bucks is certainly worth it for that extra upgrade. It's a much brighter blade. And moving right along, the next one I have here is a clear blade. So this one no longer has the white wall. It's a clear blade from Saber Crafts. It's decently bright, but when it comes to the clear wall or the clear blade, you lose a lot of the fullness of the blade in terms of color and color saturation, but the light does tend to shine through a little bit better. So there is good and bad with this type of blade. Personally, I think I would rather have more of a full blade in terms of color and color saturation, but this one certainly works fine as well. Now, the lighting system inside of this hilt is a quad-Cree LED. Basically, it's 4 LEDs, RGBW, so that's red, green, blue, white, and it allows you to create different color blades and color options. So again, you get a lot more light to shine through, so it can appear as a bit of a brighter blade, but you do tend to lose the fullness of the blade in terms of color. Okay, this next saber here is also from Saber Crafts, but this time it is a white-walled blade. It has the same in-hilt lighting system, the RGBW, but this time we have a white-walled blade. So this leads to, again, like I said, a much more of color saturation and a much more fuller looking blade. So this is another option from Saber Crafts. The white wall blade is, I think, a $10 addition. So the clear blade you would get standard included with every saber, but the white walled blade I believe is an extra $10. So it's not too bad of a price increase, and personally I think it's worth it for that the fullness of the color in the blade itself. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it already, but both of these blades, the Saber Crafts blades, are also rated for light to medium dueling. So you can duel with these as well, if that's something that you're looking for in your custom lightsaber. And now, last but certainly not least, on the far right we have a pixel blade. A Neopixel blade. So with this you have the lights are in the blade itself, which can lead to a very, very bright blade, and there are many different effects and customizations you can do with Neopixel. You can do a lot more in terms of blade effects, like specific location blaster blocks and different things like that, but the blade is very bright, as you can see on camera, so that's one of the best features of the Neopixel blade. And you can duel with them. They're okay for light dueling, but the negative with this blade would be that the cost. It's a very costly blade. Neopixel blades can run you from between 100 to 150 US dollars or so, so it can be quite costly for the blade itself, and if you are going to duel with it, keep that in mind, because if you damage the blade, it's a very costly replacement. So if you are going to duel, just duel very lightly with the Neopixel blade. but in my opinion, it's certainly worth that extra money. It's the most realistic looking lightsaber in terms of color and brightness. I mean, as you can see, next to all these other ones here, it is incredibly bright, much brighter than anything else. So if that's something that you're looking for and you're willing to dish out all the coin for it, then certainly go with the Neopixel blade. You can't go wrong there. I highly recommend it. If I had my top 3 choices, I would pick the Neopixel first. I like how you can still duel with it a little bit, and just the realistic look and brightness of the blade is phenomenal. I also like the Tri-Cree LED in-hilt lighting system from Ultra Sabers. I think that's a very bright and realistic blade as well. And also, I guess I would go with the white-walled blade from Electrum Saber Crafts. The white-wall blade tends to lead to a more full blade in terms of color, and I just think it looks much better than the clear blade. So, I hope this video helps you guys out when it comes to buying your first custom lightsaber. These are just some of the blade options out there that are available, although these are the most common. These are my opinions on them. And as always, please leave a like and comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars and lightsaber related content coming soon. May the Force be with you guys.